Bonjour, Madame Yon-Courtin. Many thanks for accepting this interview. You are a member of the steering committee of the EPFSF, the European Parliament Financial Services Forum. There may be quite a big gap between policymakers and financial services stakeholders. How do you see your role in bridging that gap?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me in this nice exchange. You know, engaging with stakeholders, industry, civil society, NGOs is essential, and as lawmakers, it's really our duty. Forums like the EPFSF are a great place to do that, and I'll continue to engage there. And also through the Renew Europe group, we've already led stakeholders meetings on CMU, and we are now diving into simplification. So let's keep the momentum going.
So there are lots of financial services issues being discussed at the moment. Which ones are you most passionate about, and how do you plan to prioritize those within the forum?
Well, aside from competition and digital regulation, another hot topic for me is the Savings and Investments Union, or SIU, as we now call it, to replace the CMU, Capital Markets Union. The CIU encompasses many issues. Financial literacy is one example, dear to my heart, and it's essential to empower citizens in their financial and investment decisions in a time where they are uncertain to secure a decent pension. This cannot be overlooked.
So over the past year, there's been lots of talks about the need to simplify EU legislation and reduce the administrative burden. This has been picked up by the Commission, its mission letters, in the political guidelines. What can be done to ensure new legislation does not create a necessary additional burden? And how does the retail investment strategy fit into this simplification narrative?
Well, simplification will definitely be at the heart of our mandate to boost Europe's competitiveness, and let's be clear about that. Simplification is not deregulation. We need to cut red tape, eliminate duplication, and streamline policies while keeping our ambitions intact. And this must apply to all legislation, past, present, and future legislation. And before introducing something new, we must assess the bigger picture, ensuring coherence with what already exists. But how we do this, and that's the challenge ahead. Ongoing negotiations also will need to take on board the simplification lens. This will be key in the upcoming retail investment strategy trilogues, which I will lead. And our objectives are set. Now it's the time to fine-tune our approach and unlock Europe's full potential.
So turning to competition, you chair the competition working group of the Econ Committee. What are the top priorities of the working group for this new term?
Well, we have a lot on our plate. A new approach to mergers, as announced by Ursula von der Leyen, new state aid framework, but also finding a way to tackle killer acquisitions. That's stifle innovation. The Draghi report made strong proposals. Now it's time to implement them. Some sectors also need special attention to ensure fair competition. I'm notably thinking of the food supply chain. And let's not forget our core role as a member of the European Parliament, ensuring enforcement by controlling the Commission. The Digital Markets Act, the foreign subsidies regulation, these need to deliver. And that means keeping pressure on the European Commission, engaging with national authorities, and maintaining the dialogue with our international partners.
Now, how can competition support the green transition?
Well, recent crises such as the pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine have shown that competition is key to resilience. And to succeed, we need massive investments, both public and private, and that's where the new Clean Industrial Deal comes in, with a revamped state aid framework to accelerate clean tech deployment while ensuring a level playing field. IPCIs are also crucial as they are a useful tool of competition policy applied to industrial policy objectives. And however, the approval cannot take 2 years. Companies need legal certainty and speed.
So can competition policy also help strengthen the EU economic resilience?
Yeah, well, fair markets create stronger businesses, and stronger businesses mean a resilient economy. Competition policy must now integrate resilience as a key factor, and that's a paradigm shift, of course, because we are not only talking about the lowest price. The Draghi report makes this clear. We need competitive financing, better access to capital, and a deeper single market to reduce dependencies and boost businesses. competition policy isn't just about fairness, it's about strength.
So you briefly mentioned the Digital Markets Act. The US have expressed strong concerns about the DMA. What are your views on the US concerns?
Well, the DMA is about fairness, not nationality, and it ensures that all companies, European, American, foreign, and other players, buy the same rules in the EU market. Claims that the DMA unfairly targets US firms are simply not true. And the DMA is pro-competition, pro-innovation, and pro-consumer, and I'll be happy, of course, to discuss it further with our counterparts.
Our transatlantic relationship is super important. What message would you like to convey to our transatlantic partners?
Let's work together, fair markets, open competition in a decarbonized economy. These are shared goals. Europe and the US both benefit from a level playing field and strong commitments. So cooperation, not division, will drive innovation and growth on both sides of the Atlantic. And this is someone coming and native from Normandy who is telling you that.
So merci beaucoup Stéphanie Yon-Courtin. Thank you for sharing your views, and we look forward to continuing this dialogue in the months ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you soon.